What up, Rodders? You know who it is. You know what time it is. Your boy Savage, aka Sevlo. You tuning in to Sevlo's Hotels. Like, comment, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell. Let's get to the politic. Big shout out to everybody showing the channel love. I appreciate the love and support, the interactions. From the bottom of my heart, mile high salute. So this video, man, it's a two video in one. Two topics. Was requested from two different individuals. Both of the Rodders, man, all high salute to you guys. The first video request is from the homie Jada, my Trash Talk Circle brother. Thank you for interacting with my videos, man. You've been showing love since I made this channel, so big ups to you. And you kind of wanted to know, your request about a video was the process of getting put on a neighborhood, a gang, right? And you heard there was one way, but you were actually asking, is there different ways to actually get put on a neighborhood besides getting jumped on a hood? So out here in the West Coast, even Denver, Colorado, because we're more West Coast politicking and we have more of the West Coast feel, and we do a lot of things more of the West Coast. You're not getting past a pack out session. Pretty much you're not getting past, not a pack out session, because pack out, the term is more for the enemies. You're not getting past a quote session, getting put on the hood physically. And one big reason is because in that aspect of getting put on physically, it's a lesson that's being taught. You're getting prepared for the future tense, because there's going to be a time in this gangbanging aspect that you're going to come across opposition. You might not be on the winning side, and your enemies might be deeper, and you better be ready to actually get jumped from your enemies. You might go to the county one day, juvenile system, and walk in a unit full of your enemies, and you have to be prepared. So that jump session, that getting put on with physical fist, that's getting you prepared for that. For you never say, I never been a part of that type activities. It's getting you prepared for what's coming in the future. And sorry to tell you, you sign up for this, you better be ready, because you better know what you signed up for. It's not a game, especially out here with the keyways and the lokes. I never heard of a West Coast politic when it comes to keyways and the lokes. I never heard of being blessed on out here in the West. Other states do their thing. They have their own ways. But out here, you got to go through that ceremony with your brothers. You got to go through them love taps with your brothers. And out here, politicking is alpha male. So politicking is a dominant force, and it's full of being physical at times, because you're going to fade a lot. If you're really banging this and you're really pushing the line, and if you're really out there, there's going to come a day when you take losses and you might be behind enemy lines, and you got to survive, because all of this is about survival. It's a messed up survival, because that's not normal life, but it's a thing that happens. You know what you sign up for. It comes with the territory. So that quote session and physically is a must to new fools that are prospecting and new fools that are on probation periods. Before that even happens, with certain neighborhoods, you got to go through a time frame where they see if you're even accepted to be a part of that, because that's an honorable situation to actually be like, hey bro, you have the heart of a warrior and we want you a part of the family. Some people don't make the cut. Some people don't even make the probation periods. And I'm gonna tell you like this, fools that don't do the probation periods and fill out somebody, they usually sign somebody up that's not really a part of that life. Being down the road, you get caught up in some situations. They're the ones that run from their homies. They run from phase sessions. They snitch in cases because they're not built for that life. That's why there's protocol to everything. Now, other organizations, I hear about blessings, and, you know, he was blessed on the hood because, you know, this, we don't jump our homies. But usually them type of individuals that never go through them real protocols in the program, they fall off eventually, because they're not really built for a program, and they don't really know what it is to actually be in them situations. that physical action when you're getting put on by your brothers and you're going through ceremonies with your brothers, you get taught how to get through that. You get taught how to survive that. And if you could survive your homies putting you on, you're going to survive anything, man. It gets you taught for that physical play. It gets you taught to know how to chunk these. You know what I'm saying? So it's very important with that aspect. We don't do blessings. There's another aspect that they were doing a long time ago, and it was actually getting out there and shooing your enemies to get put on the hood. They stopped that a lot in the West Coast. Like, they don't, it's not, drive-bys is not honorable, bruh. None of that's honorable. You know what I'm saying? Like, killing random people, that's not honorable, bro. That's not looked upon and be like, that's gangster. That's looked down upon, you know? So out in other states, the East Coast, you know, there might be blessings because of the number game. I know a lot of them fools out there, they're letting Tekashi 6ix9ine on their hoods. They're letting these fools get blessed on, and that falls apart eventually because them fools didn't get put on in a proper way. They were not built. So that's where that goes. I never been a part of somebody being blessed on. I never been a part of none of that, bro. Like, there's a reasoning why actually getting put on physically is that important. It's a protocol, it's a program, and it gets you actually prepared for them hard lessons that you're gonna face down the road. So hopefully I answered that question. The next question is from the homie Maestro's World. I've been chopping it up with you. You sold CDs for the family. Big ups to you, bro. I checked out your channel. I subbed you up also. Thank you for the request on the video. So I'm going to answer two of your questions. You were talking about when I had made the Lakewood video about, you know, gangs migrating over there. When I was younger, I went to Jefferson High School, and you are absolutely right. There was little homies, there was little fools over there already banging. I don't know if they were officially from their gangs, but they were already representing Damu over there. I got down with some 16 block fools. I got down with some CMGs over there. I got almost into a big conflict out by the Sloan's Lake on 25th. I mean, it's like 20th and Sheridan, where, you know, it was about to go down with some gunplay. So yeah, they actually were over there, and then half of them fools migrated more towards the West Ridge. And I know the West Ridge now, they were a dominant force out here from Crenshaw Mafia. But after DYS got shot, they kind of, you know, I don't know where they are. I haven't even heard too much about them. But like last year, the last 2 years, they were actually very, very activated in West Ridge projects and all throughout the west side over there by Colfax and Knox. They were all over there, bro. They even had a bus stop over there by Federal and Colfax. They had their bus stop that they would all be out there. It was not a smart situation because anybody could pull up over there and get at them because they would all be outside. So yeah, bro, you know what I'm saying? They migrated, and a lot of them little fools became CMG, West Ridge, Crenshaw Mafia. And then DYS got hit. And then I heard also, too, a gang of them fools started tallying on that case. I don't know if it's true, but you don't even see them at the bus stop no more. They're not even over there. You know, I passed through over there, and I used to see them a lot. And now I don't see them at all. And then you asked me about Commerce City. So I'm gonna give you some experience from me. I really never lived in Commerce City, and I never actually came across any real activeness when I was out there. Maybe because I didn't live out there, and I'm not saying there ain't. I just never came across anybody that ever pressed me. I had to be in a halfway house over there in the Phoenix Center, and I would be all throughout there looking gang banged out, and nobody ever pressed me behind it. The first situation for me, and I'm from the east side, you got to understand that too, and being from the east side, bro, we kind of, there's certain cities and areas that we just kind of look at as, you know, their gang banging ain't really authentic, you know. And Commerce City, sorry, I'm not trying to disrespect, Commerce City was always one of them cities that we never looked at authentic. Even the fools from back in the day, the Rolling 30 fools, they were supposed to be Rolling 30 Crips. We always was like, how's Rolling 30 out there? Or even the chickies that were out there, we're like, how are there chickie 30s out there? You know, and then I started hearing Bloods was out there. And I just, you know, the east side just had this persona like, You know, what are they doing out there? Like, who's out there? What's in Commerce City? What are they banging over, really? So, after I turned 18, basically, I started getting locked up, and I caught a case out there. I caught a case out there in Thorin, and I went to pretty much the Adams County Jail in Bryan, and I'm young. Who do they put me in a cell with? Is this fool? His name's Bubba, and he's from Commerce City Bloods. And I walked in, and automatically I stated who I was, and he kind of was just like paranoid, and he was kind of slow in the meantime. And the homies were in the unit deep, and the homie Taz from 30s, he comes in, he's like, the homie's in the cell, and he's going, this is his cell, and that fool just kind of bowed down to the fool Taz. So they used to punk that fool, and then so I never had a good, you know, presence seeing them fools and really be like, they're riders out there. Then I got to the penitentiary. In one situation, there was this fool. He said he was a Commerce City Blood on the yard, and he didn't even look really like he was gang banged out. He kicked with them fools, and I remember we were in the unit one time, and they were doing tats. And they try to show one of the fools, like, I guess they were trying to befriend the Eastside Rider fools, but they try to show the Eastside Rider their tattoos, like, hey, look at the new work. And the fool from Eastside Riders, that was the wrong fool to show that, because he just liked to beat up fools for no reason. And they seen something, and they took something disrespectful off that tattoo, and they open-handedly slapped this little blood fool from Commerce City and slapped him. Boom! Homie, don't ever do that. Woo. He ran out the cell and literally locked himself in the cell, and then it gets out to the yard, and we're after night. They were going to night yard at Ben County, and I remember seeing like 7 blood fools come in the unit. So we hop up because we're deep, and when they seen us hop up, they were like, we're not here for you. We're coming to take this fool off of Bloods. And they beat the brakes off of that fool from Commerce City Bloods. So all my interactions, never really came across any real riders from Commerce City Bloods. I'm not saying there's not. Just in my experiences, I never came across. They were always, you know, looked down upon, and a lot of them fools, you know, when it was time to actually get active, I seen them fools get victimized more than anything. So, yeah, bro, you know, I hope I answered that story. There's neighborhoods everywhere, though, bro. You know what I'm saying? Commerce City probably do got some riders. I heard that they do get active. I just never came across it. You know, so Mile High salute. You know what it is. Let's go.